Welcome to the Business and Bubbly podcast. This is the place for women in business who are on the journey of building their big ideas and want to have fun along the way. It's for those of us who also know we aren't meant to do business or life alone. Hi, I'm Charity Majors, your host and the founder of Business and Bubbly. Think of this kind of like the can I pick your brain chats that you've always wanted to have with those who are doing epic things, plus business besties, hype girls, and getting into massive action towards your next big idea all in the same place. Oh, and bubbles, because if you're not having fun along the way, you're not doing it right. Together, we'll unlock what it means to be seen, known, heard, and championed all along the ups and downs of entrepreneurship and being a woman in business building big dreams. Each week, I'll bring you a quick sip business tip, as well as interviews from top experts that make you feel like you're getting bottle service for your business. We're having the raw and real conversations and chatting about all the things, the messy middle, the pivots, scaling, the good days and the bad days, because here we do real. It's where we can work hard, play hard, cry it out, and dance it out all at the same time without being judged. This is a place where we are in the arena together and we are each other's biggest fans because most of us have enough comments from the cheap seats. It's where our too much is par for the course and where the gaps of our not enough are filled in by the other epic women that are around us. It's where we can be unapologetic about the mission we are on, about the big dreams on our heart, and the business we are building without having to be perfect or have it all together, or even pretend to. It's a supportive community where business is being done amongst like-minded women, because when money gets in the hands of good women, great things happen. It's a place where you have the support around you to get out of your comfort zone and go after your big ideas, because even when you fail forward or when you reach the top, you know it won't be alone. Also, if you know anything about me, you'll know that I'm obsessed with creating platforms that lift up other women to be seen and heard and known. So with that in mind, I'd like to invite you to list your business on our directory called Find Women in Business. All you've got to do is text the word directory to 833-231-8098, and I'll text you the link back to get your free listing. This is also a great way to connect with other women in business from around the world, so definitely check it out. And now let's get to the good stuff. Grab a glass of your favorite beverage, Prosecco, bubbly water, or whatever your flavor is, and let's dive in. Are you with me? Here we go. Hey sis, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Charity Majors, and today's episode is what we like to call a quick sip. So this is kind of the quick, like get in, get your inspiration, get the kick in the booty, get the message that you need right at the exact moment, and then get on with your day type of a thing. And today we're actually going to be talking about what it looks like for your new future, for the next evolution of who you know that you are being called to be, of the woman that you know that you're being called to step into. And I'm going to give you kind of some truth bombs along the way. So if you're ready for it, give me a little virtual high five. And we're going to start with one of my favorite quotes from Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you haven't heard of him, or I'm sure if you're on this podcast, I'm sure that you have, because you're one of my girls, like you're my people, and Dr. Joe Dispenza is amazing. But this quote says, in order to step into a new future, you have to first confront the parts of you that are not going there. And this is really interesting as we are kind of in the tail end of this year, headed into the new year, where everyone is kind of reevaluating like what worked, what didn't work. We're headed into a new year, which typically brings up like new goals and new plans and right, like the new year, new you, like all of that stuff, right? And I love this quote. I'll read it again. And it's all about who you actually need to become to reach that next level. Okay. So here's a quote. In order to step into a new future, you have to first confront the parts of you that are not going there. And here's my question for you. Like, as you're looking ahead into the next new year, into the next version of what, maybe it's your next big idea, maybe it is the next evolution of your business, maybe it is the next thing that you're going to launch, the thing that you're going to write, create, build, the woman that you're going to become, the leader that you're growing into. What parts of you are kind of, and maybe in that internal monologue, throwing a little bit of a fit? What parts of you, maybe like as you are seeing yourself speaking on stage, maybe you're seeing yourself leading a community of women, maybe you're seeing yourself as an author, maybe you're seeing yourself as that thought leader, and all of a sudden we kind of get this little like internal monologue, these limiting beliefs, this ego that steps in and says, oh, but no. Or like, right, maybe you're called to like, okay, maybe like this is the next year where I'm hitting 6 figures, or, consistent 6 figures, or $50,000 months, or whatever that might look like for you. And now all of a sudden you have to grow a little bit. You have to like become the CEO, like 6 figures. You have to become the CEO of your business. You have to learn what it looks like. You have to change some things to not be in your business, but to work on your business. You've got to learn what it looks like to outsource. You've got to learn what it looks like to time block. Maybe you've got to learn what it looks like to be the boss of your money. You got to learn what it looks like to be able to make some decisions logically instead of emotionally, and with a plan in mind instead of a little bit more fear-based of, I can't afford this. Should I do this? I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Like, what are the parts of you that you need to confront before you can become the woman that you know that you're being called to be? I love this because it's such a good question, and it's really thought-provoking, right? It's like, okay, what habits, what parts of me do I need to confront, right? It doesn't mean I'm ignoring it. It doesn't mean that I am shoving it under the rug. It doesn't mean I'm denying that it's there. It means that I'm saying, actually, yeah, this part of me, this action, this behavior, this habit that I've picked up, this way of thinking that maybe has served me in the past. So thank you for getting me this far. And this is as far as I can go with you, because now where I'm going, there's not room for this. I have to learn something new. I have to grow. I have to evolve beyond this. And so our journey of growth isn't always necessarily about like the next strategy. It's not always necessarily, about the next like amazing funnel. Like, it might actually be like who you need to become in the process, and the parts of you that you need to confront to be able to let go, because that part of you, that version of you, that behavior, that habit, it's where you're going. It can't go. And it's gone as far as you can go in the journey, right? It's kind of like a car that has like run out of gas. Like, or like I have kids. So it's like, yep, this is as big as your clothes, like these 6-year-old clothes for my son, who's like growing out of all of his 6-year-old clothes. These are as far as these clothes can take you. And now we have to get you new clothes because your pants are high waters, right? These shoes don't fit you anymore. They're going to start to hurt your feet. So my encouragement for you is that if you are looking into, okay, like you've got this dream, like that you are stepping into this next level of whether it's your life, your business, your heart, your mindset, your growth, your leadership, who you are, who you be, how you show up in the world, you're being called to grow. And who do you need to become in the process? And what old shoes that maybe don't fit anymore, right? There's that little analogy that maybe you just need to let go of. And I'll say, like, with my 6-year-old son, right? He's got these Paw Patrol shoes that he loves. Like, they are his favorite. And he's outgrown them and he does not want to get rid of them. But every time he tries to put them on and tries to force it back in, it hurts his feet, right? So maybe that's you with a certain habit that you have. Maybe that's you in not knowing your numbers. Maybe that's you in playing small and staying in the back of the room. Maybe that's you in not writing your thing or launching your thing, or like whatever that might mean for you. Maybe that's you. You're still trying to put on these old shoes that don't fit anymore, and you're being called to let go of those and to embrace some new shoes.
So in order to step into a new future, you have to first confront the parts of you that are not going there. I always love to do this, like think of it as like this other person in a visualization, like think of it as this other person, this part of me, this habit that has gotten me this far. I get to confront it. I get to have a conversation with it. I get to make friends with it. I get to thank it for serving me thus far. And then I get to say, and this is as far as we get to go in the journey. You'll always be a part of me. I will always be grateful. And then I just like take the hand of this new habit that I know that I need to embrace, this new part of me that I know that I need to embrace. And I just kind of envelop that part into me. I just use my mind's eye, imagination, and visualization. And then as I'm walking that out, right? Because I can't just like visualize, like I have to be able to put action to this, right? So as I'm walking this out, now it's saying, okay, what are the steps that I would take in these new shoes? What are the things that I would need to do as this next version of me? And I put it in my calendar. And I remind myself, I put it in reminders in my phone, right? And then what's really fun about as you do this, you also start to grow your confidence, right? Because when we keep the commitments that we make to ourselves, we actually grow in confidence that we're able to be the woman of our word, that we're able to bet on ourselves, that we are who we say we are, and we know that everything, right, like as Marie Forleo says, everything is figure-outable. And failure doesn't become scary. Rejection doesn't become scary. Like we know that everything is happening for us, and it's because I'm growing in confidence, because I'm keeping my word to myself. And it's because I'm growing and evolving into the parts of me into a new future, because I've confronted what has been holding me back or what has gotten me thus far but can't come with me any further. Is this making sense? So who do you need to become, and what parts of you do you need to let go? Those are my questions for you today. And if you are maybe wanting a little bit more help in this, maybe it's the accountability, maybe you know who you're being called to be. But here's the thing, is the environment is also stronger than willpower. And I love this because, right, it's like if you wanted to lose a bunch of weight and get in shape, the environment of the gym is naturally going to make you, even if it's not a very good workout, like you're going to move your body, right? Not having cookies and ice cream in your house is going to make you not have cookies and ice cream every night, right? Your environment is stronger than willpower. And so this is why I always say getting in the room is so, so important. And who you surround yourself with is so, so, so important, because there's power in proximity. And when you get in the room, when you get around the right people, your growth can actually happen exponentially, because what happens is that you exchange energy, you have conversations, you see the women that are doing things like what you want to do. And if you're finding that you're the smartest person in the rooms that you're in right now, then you need to get into other rooms, right? Because the rooms that you have been in, they have gotten you this far, but it's kind of that part of you where, okay, maybe you're being called to lead a room. Maybe you're being called to be the dumbest one in the room, like in the best way possible, like to learn from everyone else around you and to not be the smartest one in the room. So who do you need to become to get in those rooms? Who do you need to what parts of you do you need to let go of? What rooms do you maybe need to let go of? And how do you need to invest in yourself moving forward to become the version of yourself for your new future, for who you know you're being called to be? And as I round out this episode, part of this is I'm actually going to invite you. We're launching our Get Down to Business Mastermind. This is all about who you become in the process of becoming the CEO, the boss of, right, like of your business. Not just like that you're in your business, not just that you're like working 80 hours a week in another job because you have this dream and this heart and this thing and you love doing this thing. And all of a sudden people want to pay you for it and you're the kind of this accidentalpreneur, and now all of a sudden you're just like fumbling along. No. I want to invite you to come and get in the room with our mastermind, or Get Down to Business Mastermind. We kick off in January, and this is getting the room. This is who you need to become in the process. This is going to be confronting the parts of you that can maybe no longer come with you into the future of where you're being called to be. We've got a group of girls, incredible, incredible women that are ready to come alongside you and show you the way. Be an example for you, because again, there's power in proximity. And in order to step into a new future, just like Dr. Joe says, okay, what parts of you are maybe like, oh, I don't want to join a mastermind. Oh, who am I to do that? Oh, like, I don't know if I'm going to do that. Like, right. Like, okay, what parts of you are like rearing their little ugly heads right now? And what can you do differently to get a different result? Right? So who do you need to become to get in the room of a mastermind? And who do you need to become to maybe let go of some rooms or some habits or some different things in your business or life that have served you thus far, but this is as far as they can go with you in your journey. And so with that, the doors for the mastermind are not open yet, but you can get on the wait list by texting me. Okay. And the people that are on this text list, these are the ones that they're like, yes, I'm looking for a high level group of modern women in business who get me, right? Like they understand the big ideas and the big dreams that I have on my heart. Like I get to show up as like my too much self, where maybe this part of myself has not been welcomed in other rooms. And I also get to be real. I get to show up in the parts of me where I really feel like I'm failing, and I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like I need help. And all of that is welcome in this room, in this mastermind. And this really is all about elevating you as a leader, you becoming the CEO. We're working on creating, building, and sustaining six-figure businesses and growing your influence. So you actually get to like be on the podcast, and you get to like be a speaker at Sip and Socials, whether it's our in-person events or even in our virtual event. Like you get elevated as that expert. So you're gaining instant credibility. You're gaining an instant amazing community of like-minded women. You're getting the strategy that you need for the next level of your business, as well as sometimes the challenging questions like what I'm asking today. Like, I love you, but I'm also going to like give it to you like real, and I'm going to call you up. And we will get to work together in this mastermind, and I cannot wait. So if you want to be on the early bird list to grab some of the remaining spots, to grab one of the remaining spots, because we're already actually halfway full of current members. We're halfway full. And if you want to grab one of the remaining spots and get access first before the rest of the public, then I actually want you to text me, and you're going to text me CEO, OOO, like six figures, CEO, OOO, to 833-231-8098. That's 833-231-8098. And you will be on the first access text list for when doors open for the mastermind. Like I said, we're already halfway sold out from our last round. So there are not that many seats available. So if you want to grab one of them, then make sure that you're on the text list. Again, that's text CEO OOO to 833-231-8098. You'll get on the list first. You will get first dibs on the handful of seats that are left and available. We're meeting in person as well as online. And this is literally where you get to become who you're being called to be, to step into your new future and the next level of what you know you're called to do. All right, my friend, have an incredible day. My challenge for you is to ask yourself, who do you need to become, and what parts of you do you need to let go? All right, as always, cheers to your success. Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much for listening to the show. I hope it brought some value and some fun into your business and life. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast, and even share the episode with a fellow business bestie who you know will love it. It helps us continue to attract top-level guests and reach more and more women who are on their journey in business just like you. Remember that when money gets in the hands of good women, great things happen. Cheers to your success.